Ready?
Yes, I am.
I am Omar Afuni, and I'm a singer-songwriter.
Hi, I'm Sarge. I'm a music producer.
My name is Ali Gatan, and I played guitars on Omar Afuni's Rush.
I co-produced this album with Omar Afuni. He's been the executive producer, and I've been the producer for the music and just for the overall development of the songs.
Working on this album was, I think, one of the most thrilling experiences of my life. Not only because I got to create the record that I'm most proud of, but because I also managed to create some of the best friendships that I've had in my life.
I had a great experience working on this album. I've been wanting to work with Omar Afuni for a long time, and it never got to work out, but the stars aligned and I got my chance, and it was an amazing experience.
I think I wrote all the songs on the album about a year after Soundproof was released. And I had demos of these songs and a kind of like a different vision of these songs. Of course, I had many other songs that didn't make the cut. But, the writing process took about a year, and then the production and the recording of the album took about 9 months.
I've been exclusively a rock and metal producer, but many people don't know that I'm a big pop music fan. So I got to use all my inspiration from listening to all that music finally in a production.
All my projects are very different, so this one was no exception in the need to be adaptive and versatile, and working with a new group of people is always exciting. So it was different in that it was different in nature, but it was the same as in it was an exciting and challenging new chapter for me.
The way that this album was different from my other albums is that with my first two albums, I worked on them solely on my own. So I was the composer, the songwriter, the producer. I produced both albums on my own at my home studio. But with Rush, I worked with a producer for the first time. I had live instruments on this album. So I think it definitely had a more organic feel to it. And I think, working with my producer and the other musicians that I worked with on this album, I really managed to create a record that was reflective of the kind of music that I loved, that I grew up to, which is music of, the late 80s and the early 90s. So it was a lot of fun. It was definitely a lot more fun working with a group of talented people that I was able to collaborate with than just being on my own. So, yes.
Two, three, four.
And you have to tell me the timing of this thing too. Yes.
Everything. Have it play it, and then we can move it to the end of the track, and then start fresh takes with the dun, dun, dun.
You don't want to add this little.
No, that's on another track. That's lead.
One more!
I think there were some difficult moments because this is the first album that I've worked on with other people. I think it was a little hard for me to kind of compromise sometimes. But I think at the end of the process, I think that was the most rewarding part, because I realized that the collective work of a team is so much better than just the work of one person, no matter how brilliant that one person is. So I think there were some struggles along the way, but I think they paid off really well. They were worth it.
There were a few difficult moments, there were a few disagreements, but I would say that it was needed because I was forming my friendship with Omar at the same time, because I haven't known him for that long. I've known of him, but I never got to know him. So while we were establishing a working relationship, we were also establishing a friendship. So we've never gone through the ups and downs of the fights and the arguments and the things that happened. So it was interesting that it had happened in the production setting, and nothing too damaging, but it was really funny.
There were no difficult moments creating this album. It was seamless for me.
Please mute the backing vocals. I want to hear the backing vocals. Not now. When he leaves, we have 15 minutes. I got sick of your... Oh no! He's not listening to that in one take. No.
Oh man!
Oh my God,
I made him actually sing that bit in his full voice.
It's awful.
You don't trust me?
I trust you, but I need to hear what's recorded.
And then we can add that on top of it. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying?
Nobody gets what you're saying.
Hey Sarge, it's day 3 of... Day 3 or day 4?
Day 4.
Day 4 of recording vocals for The Perfect Rush. And today we are recording Anatomy and...
Lose control.
Are you excited?
You know me, man. Of course I am.
Woohoo! Let's do this! Okay, so recording Diaries video entry number kabillion. We just finished recording saying goodbye. Saying goodbye and holy crap, what was it? Oh, the first one we did was Time to Go.
Yes.
And Sarge and I are very happy with the results today because I'm having a good voice day, unlike a few days ago. And I redid Spinning Top as well. We did one take of Spinning Top. And now we're about to go out and celebrate with a nice iced coffee with my friend, another talented friend. And then we're going to go to the place of another talented friend of ours.
The guitarist of
The guitarist of this album. And yay! Great day overall! So today we're back, and I'm going to record backing vocals for some of the songs. Hopefully we'll get 4 done. We're gonna do, the ones with the least amount of backing vocals. And Sarge is just setting up at the moment, and I'm being completely useless. Do you need help?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
You're not sure if you need help?
No.
I think you might need to use that electric cable, Sarge.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out something. It's okay. That's the box.
You're gonna use but the tone, the pitch is really high. Like it needs to go an octave lower.
That's one above the style of the harmonizing.
The mess you made. Tell me, was it?
I don't like the low that much.
I don't either.
I feel you'll never be able to see what's.
Ooh. Hello? 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 Hello. 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 Oh,
You guys are having too much fun.
here we are.
able to see what's real.
If you do that, you're entering one of the two zones.
I have to enter one of the two
No.
zones. There is a point where I have to kind of. Adil, what are you doing?
As strong as a strong. You've got it all wrong
It's like,
and you're
why is that thing on?
My favorite song off the album, I think perhaps is Time to Go. But I don't know. I like Perfect. I like Time to Go. I like Rush. I like Anatomy.
I think we got it. No!
every step, every breath, every heartbeat, every lip. If you break me down, I'd fall into pieces of you. Oh.
My favorite song on the album has got to be Perfect, because I think that's a song that everybody can relate to. I think as people, no matter how confident we are or how confident we appear to other people, I think we all have little insecurities. And I think insecurity is the source of all fear. You know, it's what really stops you in your tracks. It's what prevents you from going after the things that you want. I think with this song, I wanted to just tell everyone that no matter how imperfect you think you are, there's always going to be somebody out there who thinks that you are perfect, even if you don't think you're perfect yourself.
The song that I connect most to, I think that would be Perfect. When I first read the lyrics and I heard the song and Omar sing, I teared up a little. It was so beautiful, and because it mirrors how I feel, so I totally understood where he was coming from on that song.
I connect to all of the songs, I think, on a personal level, because they're all stories from my life. They're all stories about experiences that I've been through. But I think personally, the one that I really connect with is Perfect.
So I'll leave this melody in because I want a natural lower octave instead of a generated one, because it sounds too weird.
But I'm perfect for you and may not fit
Again.
all your requirements.
Don't start with C.
What do I start with?
I'm not perfect.
But it says C.
I know.
For the backing vocals, you don't see the C.
Play. I'll play it for you.
All right.
But don't give it that Dracula accent.
Why? You got one.
Ah.
I'll try. I can't make any promises. You want me to do it again? I feel
I'm not perfect, but I'm worth it.
I like the lower.
I actually like it too.
Yeah, once it's pitch corrected, it actually sounds pretty scary.
I'm not perfect, but I'm worth it. I may not be the man you saw in your dreams. Oh yeah, I may not fit all your requirements. See, I'm not perfect, but I'm perfect for you.
I really hope this album allows people to appreciate me more as a songwriter and as a vocalist, because I think a lot of my vocals were kind of drained by the electronic elements of the first two albums. On this album, I feel like I really got to showcase my vocal abilities and my songwriting abilities, because I was able to translate my thoughts in a much better way with the help of the musicians that I worked with. Yeah, it's just feel-good pop music, and you know, it's meant to just be fun and catchy and just easy to connect with. So I just hope people connect with it and enjoy it.
I hope I achieve global fame and success with this album. I want streets to be named after me in European cities because people really enjoyed the guitar work on the album, and I will accept nothing less.
A Grammy.
You don't want to make it more interesting, so the first one is without harmony, and then the second one is with harmony.
That's a very typical way of doing things. Like adding a harmony to the second part or something like that.
I mean, if it's effective, I don't care if it's difficult. You make me lose control. You make me lose control. A fantasy. Don't wake me up. There needs to be a layer where I go, I don't ever wanna lose, in the higher key at the end. After the, on the second. Da-da-da-da-da-da. So there's play it. The other harmony is. Because you made me lose control. You made me lose control. Make me.
Just do that. Forget this harmony.
I wouldn't change a thing. I think it sounds perfect to me. It's you have to stop at a certain point. I mean, you can keep going and adding and changing, but you need to learn. You need to learn how to stop and just appreciate and just know that okay, you've reached that point. Any further you go in this, you're only going to start damaging this. As it is, as it stands right now, I think it's perfect. I wouldn't change it.
I wouldn't have done anything differently on this album. I'm really proud of it, and I think, you know, we tried to perfect it as much as we could. No, I wouldn't change anything about it.
And today is our last vocal session. Ah, hallelujah.
What about if you say the search is over? Come on, let's run.
Search is over, no, no. Come on now, let's run and run and run. Search is over, come on now, let's run,
Yeah.
run. Okay,
Okay.
I can do that.
So old line and then come on now,
Yes.
let's run.
Yes. I feel like I am born again. I am in a state of zen. This fantasy I'm living in, it's incomparable. My life has begun. From now on, you and me are one. The search is over. Come on now, let's run and run and run.
I love the fact that pop music takes elements from different genres. So if you say pop music, I think a lot of people have this misconception that pop music is, you know, more electronic based and it's just, you know, simple and there's no thought process behind it, or, you know, whatever misconception people have about pop music. But what I personally really love about pop music is that, you know, you can bring in a bit of rock, a bit of blues, a bit of disco, a bit of jazz, and still call it pop music if it's catchy and resonates with people, and people find it quite easy to digest and enjoy. So I love all the genres that are on the album. I think each one of them allows me to play in a different field, musical field, if you will. But I think I particularly enjoyed the rock aspect of this album.
It's tough to say which genre suited Omar the best because he's a versatile fella. He can do a bit of everything. He can do a lot of everything, but he did a bit of everything as much as one album would allow. So, it's pretty awesome.
To me, they all sound like Omar is home in each genre that he's tackled on this album, be it the rock, the disco, or the R&B. It doesn't sound forced. It sounds really natural. So I don't know how to answer that.
I'd like to see him do more rock music because rock is cool.
I would like to see him venture more into the rock territory. Who knows? Maybe something's coming up.